From the latest Action Network podcast.
All right, let's move on to a game I know we're going to disagree on.
Yep.
Texas, Utah. This line is sitting at 7 over under 55. This game is on New Year's Eve. It's 7:30 Eastern. I'll be down in Naples for New Year's Eve. And it's New Year's Eve, amateur night. I guess I'll have to go out to dinner with my girl or something. But and then I'll be parked on the couch just drinking.
Is it the worst holiday? Is New Year's Eve like the worst holiday for you? Like, I mean, I don't go out at all. I don't do anything. Is it the worst?
No, I love it because I just you just drink and watch some college basketball and college football.
Yeah.
And it's I don't mind it. It's because it's just like a regular Saturday night for me. But I guess the worst holiday is probably. What is the worst holiday?
I think Valentine's Day.
As far as sports betting.
As far as sports betting. Oh man.
Well, yeah, like with sports, Valentine's Day is tough because it's like right in the heart of college basketball conference play, and you're trying to figure some stuff out. So I'll go with that. But all right. So this line's sitting right at 7-ish. I've been over this a million times. I think that Utah in a way might have been a little bit of a paper tiger. They were just blowing out all of these horrible teams. And they could have easily lost to Washington, but they were just trucking everyone. And it looked really impressive. But, they were crushing Oregon State, Arizona State and their fifth-string quarterback, Cal and, their fifth-string quarterback, whoever they were playing, and then Arizona and whoever was playing a quarterback. I mean, just all these games, I'm like, I look back, I'm like, eh. And then, against Oregon, they didn't look impressive. They got crushed. Texas, meanwhile, has dealt with so many injuries all year. So I think that they're probably going to be as healthy as they've been all season. I don't know how much Utah cares. The motivation is a question here. Now, you have to give Whittingham the benefit of the doubt because he's been so good in bowl games throughout his career. And I think if you look back, do you have the stat in – do you know what he is offhand?
Who? What?
Kyle Whittingham in bowls.
I think he's only lost one. I think he's only lost one against the spread.
I'll start that over.
Like 10-1.
So yeah, I do have questions about Utah's motivation here, and because they were so close to winning and getting into the college football playoff, and winning a Pac-12 championship. Now you're going and you're not even playing like a major bowl, and you're playing Texas, in Texas. So I think Texas will be up for this. This is a spot where Herman has historically had his team up for. We can go into all the stats about him as an underdog. But it also looks like Colin Johnson is going to play. Duvernay is going to play. So I just think this Texas team is a little undervalued. I know that they'll care, and I'm just not sure. There's a good shot here Utah might come out a little flat. But you're gonna tell me all about the number and why you love Ute so bad.
I mean, yeah, I do make Utah minus 10.5, and generally I would pay attention to that and say that we need to take this number here on a key number of 7. But the problem is Utah has a bunch of missing pieces from the secondary, including Julian Blackman. But I mean, there's a couple other pieces that they've lost.
That's huge. Did you watch the Oregon game right after he went out?
Yeah, I mean, he is
different secondary.
Blackman is as big to the Utah secondary as Sean Wade was last night to Ohio State. That's how big of he's such a huge havoc maker on this team. For the fact of him not to be playing, it really I have a little bit of pause on back at Utah here. Zach Moss and Tyler Huntley are playing in this game. They should be able to take advantage of what's been a soft Texas defense the entire year. I mean, it matters that Tom Herman fired his defensive coordinator and he demoted his offensive coordinator to quarterback coach. So I'm not really sure who's calling plays on both sides of the ball. But, you're right. Duvernay and Colin Johnson playing, that's a huge threat to the Utah secondary. Ellinger had plenty of success hitting those guys downfield. And he can take off and he can, run on third down, although the front 7 of Utah looks like they're going to play, and they're one of the most ferocious in all of college football. But it looks like, if Herman decides to just pass all day, they're going to have plenty of success. The total is shy of what I projected, 61. Utah's missing pieces in the secondary. Kind of makes me want to make this look at the over, because I do like that Zach Moss and Tyler Huntley are playing against a soft Texas defense, and Utah is missing its secondary pieces that are the most important. So I think for me right now, the play that I want to have is the over. I may consider Texas and joining you at 7.5.
Oh, baby.
Listen, you have to throw the power ranking out when
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Utah's secondary was so important to their success this year, and to be missing more than just Blackman. There's other players that aren't playing for them. So, there may be a Texas play that goes in on the app, but I definitely like the over.